Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for a postcard of the week. This week, we're just coming up
Okay.
on the our March 4 Wichita Postcard Club meeting, and we're excited to be able to introduce to you today Don Brown from Myerstown, Pennsylvania. He's a longtime postcard man and one of the leaders and the giants in the collecting field. I think it's always interesting to check and see how people get started in a hobby, or what prompted all of this. And so this is Don Brown, and if you would please tell us how you got started, Don, please.
Always, I think of my start when the postcard bug bit me, as specifically a day during the Second World War, August 20th, 1943, when I was given a shoebox of postcards along with my cousin, and we spread them out on the parlor rug in my grandparents' house. My grandparents had passed away and they had done some traveling, and in that box were some postcards of the construction of the Panama Canal and of tall buildings in Pittsburgh and New York City and Chicago. And I often tell people that the postcard bug bit me on the afternoon of August 20th, 1943, about 2:15 in the afternoon on the north side of Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Boy, that kind of pinpoints
However,
things it down.
however, it occurs to me that a few years earlier, and I was 12 years old at that time, a few years earlier, my aunt, who had been a missionary in Japan and China, had sent me some postcards, very colorful postcards of Japanese children playing games. And I think it was when I was in first grade that I received those, and I remembered those cards that day also in 1943. And from that day forth in 1943, I realized that I'm very interested in looking at any postcards, not just postcards of games or buildings. And I started going around. The Second World War was on, and I went around on my bicycle to various towns that are so close to Myerstown here in this part of Pennsylvania, and went to their drugstores or anywhere to ask them whether they had postcards. Also, at that time, I was at a paper route in Myerstown, and people got to know me for my postcards because I asked them and started talking about old postcards they may have found. So I've always been motivated by the built environment, the images around me with regard to buildings and streets and that sort of thing. In fact, I'm surprised I never took up cartography because of my interest in maps. But I am interested in buildings, and especially I got interested in the Prairie School of Architecture in the Middle West because I went to the University of Wisconsin Library School, which is near where Frank Lloyd Wright grew up in Taliesin at Spring Green. And as a result, and my collection emphasizes buildings of America, architecture, built postcards of architectural that are signed postcards by architectural firms. And in particular, I discovered while I was doing the research for this presentation that you have a Frank Lloyd Wright building right there in Wichita. It's your Allen Lamb House, which I'm
Right.
told has been
Here
turned
it
into a
is.
museum.
Yes. We're so pleased to have it. What a wonderful kind of a preface to what we're going to be in for March 4th for our next Wichita Postcard Club meeting. Please join us. It'll be a delight to hear more from Don Brown. Uh, the topic or the title for his program is A Lifetime of Picture Postcards. And I can assure you that it will be interesting and exciting and wonderful just to see how all of this developed. And he has lots of good stories and wonderful postcards to share with us. So please join us next Saturday. The program starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Don, for coming today.
You're welcome.